Hello, welcome to Education Technology Professionals. I'm Mr. Kirshner, the Director of STEM Education. And in this video we're going to be looking at the Tynker Programming 300 course, specifically Lesson 5, Introduction to Python. So this is just a basic introduction to the Python programming language after we did Lesson 4, Introduction to JavaScript. So let's head on over to Python and over to Tynker and see what we have going. So here we see the lessons, and we can go ahead and begin with the first lesson, Toxic Jungle. All right. Now, as always with a programming language, just like we saw with JavaScript, Python has its own syntax, its own way of writing code, different commands, different loops, just different ways of phrasing. You'll remember with JavaScript, at the end of each command we had a colon. Here in Python, we're only going to put the colon at the end of the loops. We'll see that later. But again, as we go through, pay attention to the differences between the Python syntax and the JavaScript syntax. All right, we begin with the forward command. And again, that's going to function very much like it did for JavaScript. So we need our actor here to go forward 2 spaces to get to the pixie dust, but we only have one forward command, so we're going to go ahead and add another forward. We will run our program, and again you'll notice that after the word forward there's the open and close parentheses, and then there's nothing after the parentheses. So we've typed that in, and he has made it to the pixie dust. All right. Now this time we've got too many forward commands. If we look at our map, if we look at our actor, he needs to go forward 3 spaces, but we have a total of 6 forward commands. Now, as with the JavaScript lesson, we're supposed to comment these out. Now in the JavaScript tutorial I didn't comment them out, I just deleted them because they aren't needed. In a short program, comments don't necessarily make much sense. It's pretty easy to look at the code and see what's going on. But once the programs start to get longer, we want to be able to add comments. We want to be able to say, you know, this is what this part of the program is doing. Not because the program needs to know, but so when we come back to it later, we can very easily identify the part of the program we're looking for that we want to change or which we need to fix. And so in JavaScript, we had 2 slashes for comment. Here in Python, we're going to add the pound or the hashtag sign. So I'm just going to put this is not needed. And of course you do not know, it doesn't matter what you put after the hashtag. The fact that that hashtag or pound sign is there means that the computer is just going to ignore it. And that's those 3 now commented out. When I run the program, we should make it to the pixie dust. All right, now we're adding our first command other than forward, and it's turn right. Now you remember in JavaScript it was turn left and turn right, and the L and the R in left and right had to be capitalized. Just like when we did high jump or long jump, the J had to be capitalized. In Python, we don't capitalize the letter of the second name or second word. We put a underscore in between them. So we want to go forward, then we want to turn, underscore, right, all lowercase, and then our open and close parentheses, and then one more forward. Forward, turn right, and forward, and we have made it to the pixie dust. All right, U-turn. This is just going to be the same. We want to go forward 2, 1, and then we have to go to this second square, the second block, turn right, forward 2, turn right, and then we want to go forward 2 more times to the pixie dust. So we have our first forward already. So we'll add another forward, then a turn underscore right, and then another forward, and another forward, another turn underscore right, and then 2 more forwards to get us to the pixie dust. And we will try that code. Forward, forward, right, forward, forward, right, and we are at the pixie dust. All right, now we've introduced another new command, the fire command. And in this case, when the actor receives the fire command, he will fire an arrow. Okay, so we start with the fire command. We need to take out this carnivorous plant, and then we need to go forward 1, 2, 3 times. The fire command is there for us already. And it tells us down here that the fire command will send the arrow 5 steps ahead. So in case that becomes important later on, we have that information. Okay, so we have fire. We need to go forward 1, 2, 3 after we have fired. All right. So the plant is down and we have made it to the pixie dust. All right, scale the pillars. Now, you remember with JavaScript, the actor went up the stairs without any additional help from us, and so we do not need a forward command to go up these ramps. So it's just fire, forward, forward, fire, forward, and forward. So we'll need to type that pattern in twice. Fire, forward, forward, fire, forward, forward. Oh, and I've forgotten enter. Don't know about you, but I'm getting tired of typing forward. We'll fix that in a little bit. So fire, forward, forward, fire, forward, and forward. All right, we have made it to the pixie dust. All right, so sometimes you need to give the same commands over and over again. So how many forwards do we need to get Fletch to the pixie dust? Well, we've got to go forward 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. We already have 3 forwards, so that's 5 more. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1 more. All right, so let's try that code. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and we have made it to the pixie dust. But there is an easier way to do this. We are familiar with the repeat blocks. We know in JavaScript we had the for loop, the repeat loop. And we have that as well in Python. So we can use a for loop to get to the pixie dust. This way we only have to type forward once. So it's the same map. We know we need to go forward 8 times. So what's actually going to happen is Python is going to take whatever number we place here, and it's going to start at 0 and count from 0 to 1 less than that. So it's going to count 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Because we're including 0, that's actually 8. It's the same as counting 1 to 8. But what's actually happening is it's counting to 1 less than the number we put here. So we'll go ahead and put 8 there. And now notice what happens when I hit the enter key. Okay, I put that colon here at the end of the line. I've got this colon here at the end of my for I in range 8 command. And that colon tells Python that we've now created a loop or a function, but we've got a series of code coming after this command that belongs with that command. Now you'll remember in JavaScript we set that off with brackets and we indented it so it was easier for us to see. In Python we're actually setting it off with the indent. If we do not indent the next commands that go inside this loop, Python will not properly recognize them and it won't run the program the way that we intend. So I want to go forward 8 times. So now that I've got my loop for 8, I put in the forward command. I only have to type it once this time, and now the program will run it 8 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and we have made it to the pixie dust. Again, remember, whenever you're dealing with a loop or some other function, everything within that loop, everything within that function has to be indented. That's how Python recognizes it belongs there. All right, this has gotten a little more complicated. We've now got 7 of these carnivorous plants, and so we need to fire and go forward 7 times, and then we need to take one additional step forward at the end in order to get to the pixie dust. I don't want to waste any arrows, so I'm going to put one extra forward command at the end rather than just fire and go forward 8 times. So I'm going to for I in range 7. So 7 times I want to fire and then go forward. And now at the end of the loop I'm going to hit backspace until I've gotten rid of that indent. And now that my insertion point is back at the beginning of the line, back lined up with the F, now I can go ahead and type in my last forward. This is not part of the loop now. This is the first command after the loop. So let's go ahead and run this and see what happens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Step forward and an extra step forward, and we have reached the pixie dust. All right, and with this we have come to the last level in lesson 5, Zig Zag. Now, for some reason, I'm not entirely certain why they've chosen to put a 2 in here for us. I don't want that 2 there because I want to repeat this more than 2 times. Let's take a look at what we need to do first, and then we can go ahead and take a look at how we're going to do it. So we're already facing our first step. So we want to go forward. Now we need to turn right, and then step forward, and then turn left. And now that puts us on this block facing the same direction we're currently facing. So we can go forward, turn right, forward, turn left, forward, turn right, forward, turn left. All right, so we're doing that over and over again. So it says 4 steps: forward, turn right, forward, turn left. Now we just need to figure out how many times we need to do them. So forward, right, forward, left. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 will get us to the pixie dust. So I want to do that combination 5 times. So there's a 5. Forward. Now again, I need to hit enter and make certain that I have that indent. You'll see each time I go to the end of a line within my loop and I hit enter, I automatically get the indent. Okay, and I need to make certain that's there. So now I want to turn right, and then I want to forward, and then a turn left. And I've done that 5 times, and this now should get me to the pixie dust. So forward, right, forward, left, forward, right, forward, left, 3, 4, and 5. And there we are. And with that, we have completed Tynker's Programming 300 course, Lesson 5. All right, I hope that this walkthrough tutorial helped. As always, if you have any questions or any issues, please feel free to reach out to us. We're always happy to answer questions and to help in any way we can. Stay well, stay safe, and I look forward to seeing you in the classroom soon.